Hi everyone, how are you doing? Are you having a happy Wednesday? I just had this panic that it wasn't actually Wednesday today, but it is. It is Wednesday. The week just seems to be flying by so quickly. I can't believe we're already at the 13th. Less than 2 weeks to Christmas. I still have a lot still to do. But I've made pretty much most of my Christmas cards, and actually I've got a whole stack of the new spring summer catalogues and celebration brochures that are going to be going out in the post this week. If you've shopped with me in the last 6 months, you're going to get one automatically. If you're on my VIP list, you're getting one as well. I am going to do a bit of an email refresh before the annual catalogue comes out, but that's going to be next year. So you've got plenty of time to let me know if you still want to receive these books in paper, because obviously you'll be able to view online versions when they go live in January. The other thing that I wanted to let you know is there is going to be a free shipping day tomorrow. That's the 14th of December. It's only running for one day and you need to get your orders in before 10 p.m. So if there's anything that you're after, and tomorrow is expected to be the last shipping day to arrive before Christmas. Even then, it depends how busy it gets on the day, but we are expecting that to be the last shipping day before Christmas. So, hey, Shona, glad you're here. So yeah, tomorrow is the day to place your orders and enjoy free shipping, which is quite a good deal. Also, check out the clearance rack. It has been refreshed with new items. There are some really, really good bargains. And if you actually want to have a look on my blog, so craftwithemma.co.uk, I've written a post all about the clearance rack and highlighted what I think are some of the best bargains in the Christmas items. These are all only while stocks last. So if you want to grab a bargain, make sure you get in there really, really quickly. Hey, Debbie. Right, that's enough of the chat. Let's get down to the fun stuff. And I have got a new kit to share with you. Let me just turn these on. Before I get to the kit, hey Ali, have you noticed this? This is the new glass mat from Stampin' Up. It's got this lovely... The corners do come off. I've left them on just now to kind of protect them because I'm paranoid at anything happening to my beautiful new glass mat. It's got centimetres along the bottom and along the left hand side, and it's got inches along the right and along the top, so it suits everybody, whether you are a metric or an imperial fan. But yes, it's a lovely new glass mat. How do you get your hands on it? You join during celebration. So existing demonstrators have been able to get it during our pre-order periods because we're special. But new demonstrators will get it when you join in January or February. If you want to know more information, then just drop me a message. I would love to help. But for just now, lovely shiny new mat. And now we move on to the new kit. So this is the latest kit. It's called Painted Wishes. It came out in December. It's not a Christmas kit. It is one that we do for any time of the year. So let's open it up and see what we've got inside. And yes, I am going to craft and make each of these cards live to let you see what it's all about. So let's start off with the instructions at the front. So there are 3 different card designs and you get 3 of each. So there's 9 cards in this kit. And then you've got some patterned envelopes as well. They're all the same. Tells you on the back everything that's included, and the coordinating colours for these ones: garden green, lemon lime twist, moody mauve, petal pink, printy peacock, and wild wheat. Wild wheat. So I'll pop the instructions to one side, and now let's pull this out and see what we've got inside. So first of all, oh, now these are pretty. So you've got a packet here with foam dimensionals, pretty standard, but then look at these. These are adhesive sequins. These are pretty peacock, and they come in 2 different sizes, and these are gorgeous. I kind of wish we could buy these just on their own, because I would definitely be buying those. Then we've got some tear tape, always useful, and some gold thread. It's more like twine rather than thread or cord. What would you call it if it's thicker? It's definitely thicker than thread. Let's see. Got to try and find the end as well. I think that's it there. Yeah, that's a nice thickness of that. Can you see on the camera? Yeah. Right, let's put that to one side. The one thing that I'm noticing here is that there is no stamp set, ink pad and block, etc. So this is not a kit which includes stamping, which means, and I'm just going to look this up very quickly, it probably means that it's very reasonably priced, because some of our kits that don't include stamps are very reasonable. Let's have a quick look at the new arrivals. The kit, yes, this kit is only £14. So £14 for 9 handmade cards. I think it's pretty good going. And you know what they're like, you always end up with loads of bits and pieces left over. So let's start off. So these are the envelopes. So they are Pretty Peacock envelopes, but they're white on the inside. And then they've got this beautiful printed bit on the front. I've just realised when I checked that, it means I can't see any comments again. Let's flick back to that. 14. Thank you, Debbie. You see, here was me busy looking it up, and you guys are already so smart that you know it. So you've got 9 patterned envelopes. Then we've got, this is Lemon Lime Twist. Pretty sure those are going to be layers for something. Oh, these are pretty. So these again are printed layers. I'm guessing there's going to be maybe a sentiment or something goes on there. More printed sentiments. Again, these are really lovely colours. They are very realistic. They almost look like they've been stamped. Now we're into the card blanks. So we've got 3 which are, I'm going to need a bone folder, aren't I? 3 which are these. So again, you've got this printed, almost watercolour effect, and then these just little lines in the edges. I can see me recreating that with stamps. That would be really easy to do. Then you've got 3 card blanks, white on the other side. This shade, I would say this shade is Petal Pink. These card blanks, let's put them there. And then finally, Pretty Peacock. So again, white on the inside so they don't need liners, and the Pretty Peacock on the outside. There we go. Ah, no, now these are pretty. Right, sentiments. So you get 3 sheets of these rounded sentiments, but each sentiment is in 4 different languages. So you've got English, wishing the happiest birthday to you. French, quel du bonheur pour ton jour de fête. And then I'm going to guess that that top one is German. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. And I'm guessing that bottom one is Dutch. Likewise, not going to attempt to mangle it. But can you see? It's like a Pretty Peacock foil. Do you see when I tilt that in the lights? You can see how that moves. It's really shiny, really pretty. So loving those sentiments. Then we have more. So these are another 3 sheets of sentiments. Same as the circles, these are die cut already, so you just need to poke them out. Thank you for your kindness. Un grand merci pour ta gentillesse. Something in German and something in Dutch, presumably the same. But again, you see that foiling. They're really pretty. And then, it's almost like I've done it on purpose. Left the best till last. So these are foiled in both the peacock and the gold. Again, 3 sheets and in 4 languages. I feel so blessed to have a wonderful, kind and amazing friend like you. And then in French, German and Dutch. I have lots of wonderful friends that I can send this sentiment to. So I am looking forward to making these. Right, let's start at the very beginning, as Julie Andrews would say, and use one of these. And it goes with the Pretty Peacock card blank and this sentiment here. Now it's quite interesting. In the instructions, it tells you where to put the adhesives, and it's saying put 3 strips of tear tape down the centre of this. I would never do it that way. I would do it that way and put the tear tape on the back of this. But I suppose the concern is, if you have a look at these pieces, they're designed so that, let me see if I can show you properly with that in the background. So this printed piece on the top is taller, as it comes off the top and the bottom than the piece underneath, but then it's narrower. So it probably does make sense to put the glue on these. Let's use my trusty tear tape. I will kind of just position it so that I can see how much I need to do. Let's do about there. And it says to put 3 strips. So I'll do another one there, and then one in the middle. Here's my trusty take a pick. Honestly, see, since somebody showed me to use your take a pick tool to peel off the backs of dimensionals and tear tape and red tape and all the rest of it, total game changer. Just makes life so much easier. And we all like an easy life, don't we? Right, so now this lines up top and bottom and goes on there. Now you want to be careful when you do, well, I was going to say you want to be careful that you have it with the flowers at the top and not the leaves at the bottom. But if you have done it upside down, well, you just turn it around, don't you? So we're not gonna worry about that just now. We're going to then take our sentiment. So using this one here, and I'm going to do all of these in English for just now. I do have obviously lovely friends that speak French and other languages. So again, just looking at the instructions, so it tells me to take a 14-inch stroke 35 centimetre piece of my twine, and to make a bow, just going to show you that instruction there, to make a bow and to stick it with a foam dot, or to stick a foam dot down and then put it on. So let's do my foam dots first, because I'm quite stingy when it comes to using these twine. I might not necessarily use the full 35 centimetres. Emma, how terrible. Right, so it's going to go on there. So this is the one that I want to stick my bow to. So let's, oh, I was meant to show at our Christmas party, Debbie wanted to see how to make the bows. Well, you're here, Debbie, so let me show you now. This is how I do a bow with bunny ears, okay? So I hold the length of cord or ribbon or whatever it is in both hands. And then I use my index fingers on both hands. And then I kind of hold it between my thumb and my fourth finger. This is all sounding very complicated. It's easier when you do it. And then stretch it out with those ones and then pull it together with those ones. So my third finger and my thumb kind of pinch together so that I have 2 loops. And then I tie those loops in a knot. And then I can adjust this bow, make it tighter so that it's the length I want it to be. Do that there as well. There we go. This has just come off of a roll, so it's a bit springy. But actually I think that works really well for the bow. So now let's check. I'm sticking it on here, and I want, basically that's going to go on there, and I want my bow to show about there. So let's stick that on. Let's take the other one off. It's got all this gold thread looped all over the place. It is beautiful twine. And then this piece kind of sits along here, and the sentiment is the same width as this lemon lime twist piece that's behind. There we go. Now, apparently, you're meant to do this bit before you do the other bit. I didn't know. And to be honest, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. But let's stick on my dimensionals. What do you think of this colour combination, by the way? Pretty peacock and lemon lime twist. It's not one that I would naturally have gone for before, but I am actually quite liking it. Let's put this on, line it up. There we go. And now use some of these embellishments. Just pop one there. I do like these Pretty Peacock sequins. I was very pleased when Pretty Peacock came back as a colour. So there you go. There is our first card finished. Let's just get the envelope to go with it. I can see these cards going out with my thank yous with orders in January. I'm still doing Christmas at the moment. I will be doing Christmas for the rest of the month, but what do we think? Do you like that one? I do like the foiling on it. It's quite pretty and it comes together very easily. So let's pop that to one side and let's try the next one. So the next one is the Pretty in Pink. That's a very old colour. Petal Pink one. So this one, now here it says to put the tear tape on the printed element. So that is what I shall do. The tear tape, again, this is the way I find it easiest to do it. So kind of hold it again in your dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, so I'm doing it here. Hold it between your thumb and your forefinger. And then almost kind of like slip it onto your hand. And then all I do is just pull it along and tear. And that way it's easy to kind of control how much goes on. Listen to me trying to teach you how to use double-sided sellotape. I'm sure you all know how to use double-sided sellotape. So forgive me if I'm just rambling at this stage. I feel like I should play Christmas music in the background. But these videos go to YouTube. Oh, by the way, hi to everybody who's watching on YouTube. And YouTube can sometimes get quite funny about music in the background. So I'm afraid you're just going to have to put up with me. Right, sentiment we're using for this one is this beautiful gold and peacock sentiment that goes in the centre. So again, we've got the foam pads. Who's organised for Christmas? Is everybody ahead of the game? I know that at least one person watching has been so organised that they've sent their Christmas cards out, and my one reached me in November, which was very impressive. So this time we want it to be, it's not so much a bow this time as just loops. So I'm not going to knot it this time, I'm just going to kind of loop it. And then that goes there. So this one in the middle. Hi Michelle, glad you're here. Are you organised for Christmas? I am getting there slowly. We had our Christmas party at the weekend, which required me to be about as organised as I'm going to get. Things like the decorations and the Christmas tree and all that sort of thing are up. So let's pull off the backs of these dimensionals. I should say as well, I said hi to everybody who watches on YouTube. I will say hi to everybody who's watching on replay, because I know not everybody watches live, and that's fine, everyone's got lives. But if you are watching on replay, and I've just said hi to you, then say hi back, because it's nice to see. It's nice to say hello to folks. Right, make sure your card opens up the right way before you stick your sentiment on. And then I'm just going to pop that down about there. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And then it's telling me that I need 5 of the sequins. Obviously, when you get these kits, you can put them together however you choose. You know, the Stampin' Up police are not going to come round and shout at you if you decide that you don't like the Pretty and Peacock sequins and you want to use gold dots instead, or rhinestones or anything like that. By the way, if you decide you don't like the pretty peacock sequins, then let me know, because I love them. I will happily take them off your hands. There we go. Let's get the matching envelope. But that finishes off the second card. What do we think? Do we like that one? The ones that don't involve stamping are very easy to put together. So I know a lot of the experienced crafters aren't a big fan of the kits. But you know what? See, sometimes when you just want to put something together without having to think too much about it, having a kit like this to hand for those emergencies when you need a card and you want to do something handmade, because everybody knows you make handmade cards, I promise you, your friends aren't going to know the difference between a kit card and one of your own beautiful creations. There's no shame in using kits. Right, so now we're using the third of our card blanks. This is the one that's fully printed. And we've got our sentiment again with this lovely peacock foiling. More of the twine. I probably should measure this, but what can I say? I'm being a rebel. Peel off these backs. And then these kind of stick down. It's easier to stick it down at this point, I think. There we go. And then this just goes completely central, like so. And then more sequins. If you're curious, it does actually tell you in the instructions. So it says to use, I don't know if that's working, you've got 2 of the large and 3 of the small, and it shows you where to position them as well. You don't have to, you can do whatever you choose. But as I say, sometimes I just like to be able to craft without having to think too much about it. Is that such a terrible thing? Sometimes I just want to relax, have a bit of fun, craft something that somebody else has designed. I suppose that's why we had so many of you at our retreat recently. Experienced crafters who are very, very capable of doing things themselves, but who like to come along the social aspect as well. It's a lot of fun. And come and see some interesting designs, things you might not necessarily do on your own. Yeah, there we go. Wishing the happiest birthday to you. So those are our 3 cards. And move the other bits just out of the way to show them. Which would you say has been your favourite? So the first one, which was our landscape card, thank you for your kindness. And then we had the petal pink with the gold and the peacock there. Blessed to have a wonderful friend like you. And then the last one was the happy birthday one. So thank you, happy birthday, or wonderful friend. Let me know in the comments which one you like. You like mindless crafting as well, Debbie. Good, a lady after my own heart. Okay, so it's been quite a straightforward kit tonight. So that's all I had to show for you. I'm just going to talk here and let you admire the cards a little bit longer. You like the kit, Ali, thank you. And Garance, you like the first one. I suspect I do too, because of that pretty peacock background. Oops, throwing things on the floor here. I am just going to flick back very quickly to say thank you very much for joining me. I also want to let you know what is coming next week. So next week, I am going to be sharing with you my pre-order, which has arrived for the new spring summer catalogue. Now, you can't get these items just now. You're not going to be able to get them until January, so there's no point in seeing them too early. But those of you who are on my mailing list, you should have received your spring summer catalogue by next week. And so I thought I would share some of the products that are going to be in that catalogue. I've got a lot of stamp sets, I've got a lot of papers and ribbons and embellishments, I've got a lot of the celebration stuff to share with you. There will be more stuff shared next year, but I do have a few bits and pieces to show you now. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is a paper share, where you can get a small fraction. So basically you can get 1/8 of every pack of paper in the catalogue all in one bundle. So rather than having to buy all the full packs, you can get little sample packs of each of them if you want. So I will be giving you more details about that next week, and it will be coming out with your catalogue packs as well, along with your Christmas card, wishing you all the best from me and my lovely hubby Tom. Yeah, so last things, just to remind you then, don't forget the clearance rack, don't forget the free shipping tomorrow. Next week will all be about sneak peeks for the new spring summer catalogue and the new paper share. And yeah, as always, any questions, then please just get in touch and I shall speak to you soon. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting.